They don't want you to wake up.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom, there's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate. Objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape. And weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. And just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you all religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life, and let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine.
Watching the sun?
Yeah? Why are you watching the sun?
I've always wondered why people say we shouldn't stare at this powerful source of energy. It made me curious.
What if you go blind?
I never heard of anyone going blind from staring at the sun.
Guess you got a point there. Have you seen anything yet?
Many things.
Like what?
See for yourself. You should turn off the phone.
Creep on in, on in, on in.
I'm scared to do some freestyle. Look, I'm too high and I might go off tempo. Scared to do some freestyle. I'm scared to do some freestyle.
Am I insinuating that they were activated or deactivated? No, I'm not insinuating that. Am I insinuating that witch lady hit Mitch's hand that one time? Yeah, we didn't forget that, and he shut off. I mean, literally hit him with the scoop, doop, doop, razzle dazzle, and his off button said, okay, comply. We're still pretending. Okay, I'm just asking for a friend. The other cloning stuff, we're still pretending. Now we got lab meat out here, which is actually a technique of cloning. We're still pretending. We got officials out here allowing non-citizens to arrest citizens, immigrants, given the power to arrest citizens. New Mexico, removing your Second Amendment right. You do know there are more of us than them, right? Okay. That was just an invite to the cookout, okay? TikTok, government friends, everybody. I was saying there's more of us to have a bigger party, okay? All right.
What we're facing here now, family, is the world is now beginning to realize. Now, I know that there are a lot of people of a lot of different cultures, even China. China don't want to admit that the original people in China that brought forward the dynastic periods of China were black. Japan doesn't want to admit that the original shogun was the priesthood that was brought from Kush. Indians don't want to admit that the Harappa and the Mohenjo-Daro civilizations were formed by Kushites. Koreans don't want to admit that Africans brought Koreans onto the islands of Japan, met another African people known as the Ainu, and created what we today call the Japanese culture. Even in America, they don't want to admit that the original people were the Twa people over 100,000 years ago, coming to this part of the world. And so what we're facing, family, is this conflict with them. We, not with them with them, and then them looking at us. Family, once and for all, let's come to this conclusion. Egypt, what we call Egypt, which was a which was a term that was taken out of the Greek word Aegyptos, Aegyptos, was taken from an African word known as Hikapata. Hikapata. Even the word Egypt is a contamination of the original African word Hikapata. This is us, family. We did this. But it's not important just that we know this. It's that we're able to understand this.
Do you still believe that humans built the pyramid? Well, look at this. Ancient technology craved all over the pyramids, and also paintings of giants building the pyramids. Look at this. We're only seeing the top of the pyramids. There's actually way more that we have not seen from the pyramid. Thomas Edison didn't discover electricity or make the light bulb. There's been electricity in the pyramid. And did you know at first the pyramids were covered in polished limestones? And look at this.
If you work backwards from that and you look at the number of blocks that are involved in 2.5 million blocks of stone, you're talking across 25 years, you have to have one block finished, cut, transported, put in place, perfectly aligned, all of that. One block every 5 minutes. For 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 25 years to build that structure in 25 years.
So make it make sense. How do humans make the pyramid?
Comic Central.
Do you have any advice for a young girl moving to Hollywood?
I'll get lively with us. Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party in the Four Seasons.
There's a curtain, there's another room, and there's a curtain. And in that room is some shit. You're like, God damn, I didn't know y'all was fucking doing this back here. I didn't know y'all was getting this type of money back here. What the fuck, y'all been doing this for how long?
But Cat Williams was correct when he said those mansion parties, and y'all don't understand what go on with that shit, man. Cat Williams said they was letting him in.
Big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit.
Swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. You see, in many ancient cultures and civilizations, they believed that many of the things that we call neurological disorders today were actually seen as spiritual gifts. For example, epilepsy. It was believed in many ancient cultures that those who had what we refer to as epilepsy actually had a heightened sensitivity to the magnetic field of the planet. So when they had seizures, it was a sign of more of their abilities awakening, and it was a sign that the magnetic field and frequency of the earth was shifting. Many of those who have what we refer to as autism, it was believed that they naturally possessed the ability to see through illusions and past the veil of confusion. They naturally had the ability to transcend the five senses. You see, and you become to realize that a lot of what we refer to as disorders or problems today stem from our own ignorance and inability to actually comprehend what is actually occurring.
Let's look at our best actor, Denzel. You see, Denzel was nominated for Cry Freedom for playing Steve Biko. He lost. He was nominated for playing Malcolm X. He lost. He was nominated for playing Rubin Carter. He lost. These are three honorable men in our community, and he lost. But he won for playing a criminal cop in Training Day, and he won for playing a slave in Glory. A criminal cop and a slave.
A cargo ship that is connected to his family was stopped, detained as it was leaving Colombia, and Colombian Coast Guard seized 90 pounds of cocaine from the ship. The drugs were found on the Ping Mei, which is a vessel owned by the Foremost Maritime Corporation. That company is owned by Mitch McConnell's in-laws, the Chow family. And you may not know, but Elaine Chow is married to Mitch McConnell, and her family has given him, I don't know what the latest numbers are, but by some reports it's as much as $25 million. Gift has made Mitch McConnell one of the richest senators in the Senate right now, and we now have him connected to 90 pounds of cocaine on a boat owned by the same family that gave him millions and millions of dollars.
They started this fire. They started it with a laser from space. And whether it's true or not, it not only feels true, in terms of its results, it is kind of true. There is a conspiracy to keep you poor and to benefit rich elites. But it's everywhere. It's almost like water to a fish. It's not a conspiracy. It's just the environment you live in. You live in corruption. Every time there's a disaster or fire, you bet it's going to benefit elites. You bet the poorest people are going to suffer more. Every time there's a pandemic, you bet they're going to control you more, and rich interests are going to benefit from it. We might not find a smoking gun or a beaming laser, but you can be sure that BlackRock and the world's most powerful individuals will benefit down the line from this disaster. The trouble is, by then, me and you, unless we're very, very careful, will be focusing on the conspiracy theory or the tragedy of 2024 or 2025. So for now, let's focus on those that are truly suffering. The people of Hawaii who have lost their lives and who have lost their homes. But let's not get so caught up in grief that we forget how these disasters are exploited by the powerful that benefit from a system that seems to be advantaged every time there's a disaster for ordinary people. They start.
Do you know what this place is? It's located in the center of the North Pole. And it's the center of the Earth magnetic field, known as the Taurus field. That black thing in the center of the whirlwind is the tallest mountain on Earth, far more taller than the Mount Everest. It's so tall that even it peaks reaching out the clouds. It's the Rupes Nigra, or the Black Rock, also known as Mount Meru. Some people also called it Mount Zion. You wouldn't find this massive mountain existence in mainstream science and media because it's deliberately concealed. Because if the world knew that there is such a huge mountain in the center of the Earth, it would change the course of history. This includes the true nature of our world will be rewritten, and that will undo the globe-shaped Earth theory and the entire timeline of the Earth from the beginning, and they don't want that. Look how the wind stream passes through that mountain. It blocks the wind stream because of its height and size. The Rupes Nigra, or the Black Rock, describes by Mercator as 33 French miles in size, or roughly 40 miles in diameter. It's purportedly explained why all compasses point to this location. The biggest shareholder of all the major companies in the world is BlackRock. It's named after this mountain.
All that shit about America's in debt, the national deficit is trillions of dollars. Lies. You the collateral. We the resource. And then it's the land, and then it's the water, and then it's the air. We resource number one. Collateral. Why? Because we be living in this different world. So that's why when I'm telling you about parthenogenesis, that you can't probably grasp it. Get in your head that our goddesses they never need a dick to impregnate. Everything in the universe sprung from divine feminine energy. And masculine energy comes from the feminine energy. Masculine energy was always here too though. But it was always the feminine energy first. The feminine created the masculine energy. This before we even incarnated into any form of existence. It was just all dark matter energy. And none but, before it was a Anunnaki goddess, before it was a Most High, any of that, it was just all dark matter energy. That which we are. It was nothing, not even us. And then because this dark matter energy is feminine, that's what makes her creative. Creativity is a part of the feminine side of you. So it was just all darkness, dark matter energy in the beginning. And the reason that this dark matter energy started to become creative is because it was feminine. Feminine energy births. Only feminine energy births. Masculine energy don't birth. Masculine energy protects. Masculine energy dictates. Masculine energy provides whatever the feminine energy needs. This is why the man is the provider and protector of the household. God, that's what your job is. Because masculine energy provides and protects the feminine source that it was created from, and it does, and it enforces whatever law the feminine source dictates. So that's why it was dark matter energy. And the darkness was the masculine energy. Remember I said it was dark matter energy. Nowadays in science, because they don't understand us. This shit coming from here. You don't see no textbooks right here. Don't need it. Who you think this is speaking through me right now? I'm just the vessel. Hear me clearly. Science don't even understand this shit I'm telling y'all right now. They call dark matter energy antimatter or antimatter. That's the same shit that was made, that the Venom suit was made of in Spider-Man. That was antimatter, or should I say dark matter energy. And they can't control it, so they scared of it. But to us, it's us. We balance with it and flow with it. That's what they fear. The dark matter energy source we come from. So understand it was just dark matter energy. And the reason that the energy was dark was that's the masculine energy. Because it's providing and protecting the feminine source. So that's why energy was dark. It could have been any color, but the first color was darkness. All colors come from black because masculine energy is black. Why you think crystals, all protection crystals are going to be black? Because masculine energy is black. It provides and protects and enforces. Why do you think police carry black wands? Because they know that. They're the original slave catchers. So the elites who created this law enforcement to enforce their agenda was trying to replicate the enforcement of the dark matter energy. The police baton that they beat motherfuckers with could have been any color. Why was it black? Because they trying to enforce. And darkness enforces because darkness is masculine energy. That's what make it dark. And it provides and protects and enforces. And when the police, they trying to what? Enforce. So they got the black sticks, they got the black bibs, they got the black belts, they got black guns. That's why they even make guns black.
Human cloning. They've cloned Tyrone, your favorite celebrity, and who knows who else. Maybe even you. Clones, homunculus, golems, incubator babies, and Cabbage Patch Kids. Could there be a connection? Could we all be lifelike AI robots in this simulation theory universe? Well, let's explore the idea of people who don't age, or maybe even have extended lifespans, just like they did in the past. Is it possible there still could be some people who live extended lifespans? Possibly a breakaway civilization who has hidden lands, such as the Wonder Woman Island, that you can't even see through sophisticated technology. Even Neome is already building a city with mirrored glass, which isn't even that sophisticated compared to what I'm talking about. If you look into homunculus and golems, the whole idea of another life being created, it gets kind of interesting. Writing Hebrew letters on the head, erasing them to activate and unactivate your pretty much slave that you create from the dirt to do your chores and bidding. Homunculuses, incubator babies, and Cabbage Patch Kids. It's a research trail for you to look up. Also, Bill Clinton has been talking about human cloning in the 90s. He outlawed it here, but acknowledged it was going on elsewhere in the world. Think about some of the themes that this movie went into about things being in the food, clones amongst us, and how there's an agenda to pretty much turn everybody into clones. What about the Star Wars clone army? Is that what society is turning into? Think about ways your DNA could be collected. Could there be a doppelganger or a clone of you running around out there? What a mysterious future we've entered. Or is it the past?
We are so special. These goddesses, your black and Latino women, because these are the black and Latino woman is the only woman with mitochondrial DNA. DEA, because we know God, blacks and Latinos don't have DNA. Human beings have DNA. Animals have DNA and human beings have DNA. We, because we have neuromelanin, carbon, native beings, we don't have DNA. We have DEA, RNA, and chloroplast. DEA is deoxyetheric acid. Chloroplast is the connection that connects us to all of plant life on the planet. Chloroplast is what plants have. And we all know what RNA is. We don't have DNA. Human beings, white people, this is why we can do shit y'all can't do. That's the missing link. Y'all know it, human beings. Y'all be like, how the fuck they could do this? Because we don't have DNA. We have DEA. Nigga, I ain't got to work out in weeks. Nigga, I ain't worked out in 4 weeks. Nigga, I'm still cut. Nigga, I'm still going to be Now, when I do work out, I'm just going to... That's with anybody with carbon in their skin because that's DEA. Only DEA can do that. Boy, I could run, I could tumble, I could jump. I'm still athletic, I'm fast as hell. I'm intelligent. And not just me. Us as the whole black people, Latino people. That's DEA. That's DEA. That's genetics. That is genetics. Every white person know, human being know, it's been known forever that black people and Latino people are genetically superior to y'all. Y'all have to work way harder in the gym than we do. White people have to work harder. That's a fact. But you see their ass in the gym. You see a white woman with a nice body, she done bust her ass for that shit. And I work out in the gym with human beings. They be in there working hard, and I respect it. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not saying they can't get it, but they got to work harder. This shit come natural to you because you got DEA. That's the missing link that they're hiding from the masses. Because if they talk to you about DEA, now they got to go into this long ass story that I'm...
Creep on in, on in, on in.
BIRD is really a real acronym, right? Biomechanical Intelligence Recording Daily Surveillance. So let's repeat that together. What does BIRD stand for, class? Biomechanic Intelligence Recording Daily Surveillance.
Y'all, tomorrow is one of the biggest fucking timeline shifts. Oh, fuck. September 23rd, you probably heard a lot about this, and I'm here to tell you what's going on. For all of those who are awake, It's not everybody. There's way more people who are not awake than those who are awake. All my clients, you guys know every single one of you is awake. If you're not one of my clients, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, tomorrow, there's been a lot of timeline shifts this year. Tomorrow is going to be the biggest one we have seen in a very long time. Things that have been one way for so long are going to be completely different. You might feel so detached from reality, like you might have fucking panic attack. I mean, it's really bad. Like, you're gonna have moments where you can't control it, where you don't even know how to process what you're feeling. I had a little bit of this today, where like I've had my clients where even their dreams the last few days, like it's their mind and body is already like going into that mode and preparing. And this is no fucking joke here. Like, you might not believe this shit. And again, if you're not awake to it, there's some people that are just so far gone. They're not even almost human anymore. Their soul is just, it's not there. But here's some things. You might hear a really loud crash, like a thunderous sound. After that, there's going to be a moment where time almost stands still. That's where you might have this horrible sensation of extreme lack and disassociation from all reality. You're going to feel like you're almost losing your freaking mind. Some of you. Now, even if you're awake, there's some of you that might not experience this, you might not hear this, but doesn't mean that you're not awake any more than someone else. But some of you are going to be in this state where you're going to feel this. Just be ready, because the truth is coming to you. The truth is going to come more and more. Like, this year and going forward, things are going to be so much more like the heightened senses, everything about your life is going to get so much better, but everything you think you know is going to be fucking turned upside down. Those that we thought were good, figures that we thought were good, are actually bad. And the ones that we have always seen as bad or wrong or something scary are actually the fucking good guys. On my website, my community page, I'm going to be talking much more in depth about this the entire weekend. My wife and I are going to our Sedona home on Sunday. Going to be doing so many meditations, so many spells, just so much around this fucking energy, moving us forward. October, November, December, like the rest of this year is going to be fucking insane.
Dark predictions for Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. Also Canada. Watch this, guys. Okay, so this is September 23rd. Look, about 5 o'clock. As you play this, it doesn't look like much. As we get towards the end of September 23rd, watch what starts to happen, guys. Look, Seattle, Vancouver, watch out. Northern California, Oregon, Washington, watch out. Look, September 24th. Look what starts spinning up out of nowhere, guys. Look how big this is. Look at the clock. This is an update. I just discovered this while I was doing another live stream. This is the 24th in the afternoon. But watch this. It does start getting very deformed right here, and then getting very defined right here. So right there, look, going into almost the 25th. Boom. I'm gonna pause it right there in the 25th. Look at what you're looking at, guys. Are you seeing this? Do you see that? Do you see the size of that?
Which truth is that? Knowledge is power. Power